Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. Today I want us to talk about something that's, let me put this down a little bit. A lot of people are going through now. Let's talk about domestic violence in marriages and stuff, about even in relationships. I know mostly if you want to talk about it, we're like, oh, it's not only women that are going through that in their marriages and stuff, that men can get abused in their marriage as well. But if you want to say it, we can put it like 80% of women are going through this, while 10% of men. The only time I think women can have power over their husband is when maybe she's the breadwinner of the family, like maybe she's the only one that's paying for the bills and doing everything, that kind of thing. Make her feel like, oh, I'm the head of the house, which she's not the head. But when we want to talk about like the way this is going now, because we need to address this, is getting out of hands. Like a lot of people still stick in that marriage when they get killed and stuff like that. We've seen husbands killing their wives. We've seen even there's a one that just happened that the guy killed the wife and killed himself as well. So to my own experience, I'll say like in my first relationship I had that. Before, I always mention like in my first marriage, but I can't count that as my marriage because we're not legally married. I didn't change my name to his name and stuff like that. It's just like normal. I know we did Nikai because it was a Muslim wedding and stuff, but the relationship they had lasted almost 2 years before we have to like give each other a break. Fine, I know our parents, like my mom then was like, oh, I'm not going to take this from you. And do you know why she's saying that? Because she's looking at what people are going to say. But she's not looking at it in the aspect like, oh, I have to stay here and I have to like support my daughter, let her make the right decision because she have to be happy. Because marriage, if you say you're in a marriage and you're like trying to force the marriage to work and you're not happy, trust me, you're just wasting your time, because marriage is not by force. I know if you look at the Bible, it says like when you get divorced, that you can't just marry and divorce your wife or husband just like that, except maybe they commit adultery or things, a lot of things. But even the Bible even say further, like even if, let me put this down, so that even if they have to divorce, they can't get married again, because that's the law or stuff like that. But I know people don't really follow that again. But with my own experience, sometimes we need to sit down and check ourselves as well. Like when that happened to me later, when I tried to move in with my husband I'm married to now, I discovered like when the violence started in my first relationship, the way it started, like talking, when my husband is talking, I have to stop by him, and that can lead to like a dirty slap and stuff. But I realized that I have to sit down, say to myself, I don't want this to happen in this marriage. I don't want this to happen in my relationship, because if this happen again, people are going to be counting it for me, and I don't want to be like, because if I can sit down and say to myself, okay, this is what I have to do to make this work, that means even if I leave my husband and go to another man, it's going to happen again. Because sometimes we need to watch it. We need to know what is wrong. Like there's no real man, that wants to be talking and wants you to talk back at him. There's no man that wants to be talking. Like I remember with the first relationship, then I was still young, or like if we're talking and you get upset and slap me, I'm gonna slap you back, and that can lead to the man is gonna beat you down, like he's gonna beat you like you're in a kindergarten school. So that kind of thing, we need to work on this as well as women. Like if you marry a man that you know is all temper, you have to be the water that quench the fire. When the fire is hot, don't put your fire hot as well, because when you put your fire hot, fire with fire. But when you become the water and it's the fire, the water can quench the fire. Because these men, when they do things, even men that always beats their wife up and stuff, do you realize that after doing that, they still come back to their wife and beg their wife, like, I'm so sorry about what I did? Because I know that's why most women are still in the relationship because they still come back to their senses and look at it like, oh, why did I do this? I shouldn't have done that. Oh, my wife don't really deserve this and stuff. And they will come back on their knees and start begging you. So why can't you look at it in the aspect like when he was shouting, when he wanted to like maybe even slap you or stuff like that, but you were kind of calm, you make him feel like a fool. Like, okay, you slap me and this and you ignore him. And I know it's not easy. Trust me, let me say this, it's not easy. It's not easy. Because sometimes they may be at fault and still fighting you or try to like punish you for that. You will feel bad about it. You want to talk back, you want to fight back. But if you now look at it that if you're not quiet and maybe you walk away from the scene and you look at himself as a stupid man, you know he's still coming back to beg you. So look at it that way that, okay, if I was a little bit calm and I didn't receive that kind of beating before, so that means this man is still going to come back to apologize to me. But in some aspect, there's some men out there that they're really crazy. Some of them, they are going through, let's say, family cause or something like that. There's no how you stop or you do this, they'll still continue. If you're in a marriage, I'm saying this to you, and you and your husband, you're going through violence all the time in front of the children, if it's getting up to like 1 year, and you're still trying to patch it, maybe your family knows about it, your father, your mother, your in-laws and stuff, and you can see the sign that this man is not going to change. The other thing is he's going to come again, beat you up and apologize, and this has become a routine. My advice to you is to leave the house for that moment. I'm not saying leave your marriage, because if you don't work on yourself too, if you get married to another man, it can be the same thing. And you know, people are out there to counter for you. Just leave the house for that moment, and go somewhere else and relax there and see if it's going to come back to his senses. If maybe things happen again and they have you guys to come back and the same happen, my sister, my own advice, say carry your load, waka fast before it's going to lead to beating you to death and stuff. Because a lot is going on now. We need to address this. This is getting out of hands. Like, women, why will you, I put it like most women are, because they depend on their husband. You don't want to work, you don't want to go to school, you don't want to do things, you want to sit at home as a housewife. That's why you just have to sit there and the man will be beating you every day and you won't do anything about it. Why? If your life is not that important to you, what about your children? Because the situation that happened, that the man, I don't know what really happened, but I know maybe the way the news was out, maybe the man realized that the children are not his own. That's why he did that, because he had to beat the wife up, shave her hair and everything, and kill her, and later he had to use a poison to kill himself. Look at the children. Who's going to take care of these children? And this happened in Nigeria. If it's abroad, maybe UK, Canada, or wherever, you can see people that are going to support to the government can take care of them. But Nigeria, which government will take care of these children? So before we bring these children to this world, let us please look how we can try our best to take care of them. Because if you're in a relationship, and if you're in an abusive relationship and you're staying there because most of women will say because I'm staying there because of my children. But just look at it in the aspect like, if the man had beat you to death, so who is going to take care of those children? So that means that man is still going to go and marry another woman to come and take care of your children. So if you're in an abusive relationship and you're in the relationship for like a year and you think this man is not going to change, everyone has come to you, like maybe a pastor or people that are closer to you, I've talked about it, and you think the man is not going to change, all you have to do is please run for your life. If the man really wants you, I'm not saying just run and go and marry again. Let me off this one. You have to relax. Don't just rush into another marriage first. Relax. Try to get your life back. Even, trust me, if the man sees that you're doing good, that man will come back to his senses and come and beg. And then you will give him law that anything you raise your hand on me, this is going to be what's going to happen to you. If he really loves you, he will stay. But first, what you have to do is you have to do some you have to run for your life in the first place. That's the first thing you have to do. Your life is so precious. Your life means so much to your children, to your family. So look at that. Don't stay in an abusive relationship just because you want to say, yeah, what people will say. Who will be people? Those people that you're talking about will be the one that will come and come to your when what's it called? The day they want to bury you, they will come to your funeral. And then I know maybe dead people, you have spirit. You be the way we're watching films, like the spirit was going, and maybe you'll be thinking then that, oh, why did I do this to myself, or I should have like run for my life. So this is telling you, now if you're in an abusive relationship, now you have a friend or you have a family that come to you for advice. All in my I'm young though, but I've been through a lot in life. I'm telling you, I've been through a lot in life. When I realized, okay, when I was talking about my husband, when I realized that there's some things I need to change about myself. I'm not saying we don't argue, we don't talk now, but it don't really lead to violence and stuff like that, because I try to do something. I'm not saying I'm perfect, I'm not saying I'm really good, but I try to change some things about myself. I'm all tempered before. I try to like calm down a little bit. There's some things that change, that really changed in my behavior and stuff for me to stay in this marriage. So if you think there's some things you can change, maybe you can be a little bit calm or stuff like that, you can work on that. But if you think, oh, it's getting out of hand, all you have to do is run for your life first, okay? You can go to your friend's house, you can go to your parent, not because you want to go and marry another man and stuff, but just to get your life together. Do things for yourself. If you're not educated, you can go back to school. If you're educated, you have a certificate, you can go and look for a job. Trust me, you can live your life and be okay. If the man sees that you're doing good, the man will come for you. And if he's not the right person for you, another man will come that will really appreciate you, that will love you for who you are, that can work things out with you. Okay? So please, let's us wake up, women. Let's wake up now. This is getting out of hand, like staying in an abusive marriage and you have to stay there to when the man is going to beat you to death. Please, I pray that anyone that's going through that now, God is going to lay in your heart to do the right thing. And for men that are going through that too, God will help you, because for you to be going through for your wife to abuse in your marriage, maybe it's because you don't have money to take care of the family. God is going to provide for you, and you'll be the head, not the tail. So this is my own short video. So if you agree with me and think what I'm saying is right, you can put your comment down. And if you disagree as well, you can put your comment down as well. We're here to learn from each other. This is my own experience, because I knew, because what happened to me in the first one, I don't want to happen to me in the second relationship, because this is really serious. This is the one that I'm really married to my husband. I changed my name to his last name and stuff. So I need this marriage. So I need to I look at myself and I change some things about myself. So if you think what I'm saying is you disagree with it as well, you can put your own comment. We're here to learn from each other. And thank you for all your support and love. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like my videos, and thank you. God bless.